it going, YouTube? I'm John Honeyboy Turner. Today I'm here to talk about Seydel harmonicas. I started playing harmonica in about 1985, and as I mentioned in my previous video, back then when I would go to the music store, all I could find were Honers. That's not a bad thing, obviously. I mean, Honers, that's really the origin of all the great harp players like Little Walter and Sonny Williams and the classic Marine Band. And that's really what I got started with. Over the years, you know, I graduated, I guess, to special 20s. I know a lot of purists out there would say stick with the Marine Band, but I found special 20s to work pretty good. The problem is I always blew the reeds out on those. And believe it or not until just recently, within the last couple of years, have I started learning how to finesse the reeds and not play so hard. I think starting off playing blues and rock bands, playing harp solos to try to, you know, cut through the mix, I ended up kind of being an overblower, playing so hard that I always would blow the 4-blow hole, guaranteed, and the 9-blow as well. So, you know, over the years, I tried different harmonicas, and it was just a few years ago. Let's go way back. 19 years old. I'm just kind of getting my feet grounded here playing the harmonica, and I hear that Charlie Musselwhite is playing at the Zoo Bar here in Lincoln, Nebraska, the legendary Zoo Bar. At the time, I was going to college, and I was playing harmonica with Dr. John Walker, one of the first country folk guys to play at the Zoo Bar, along with Sonny Terry and Brian McGee back in the 70s. So John Walker was a good friend of the owner of the Zoo Bar, Larry Beamer. May he rest in peace, Larry Beamer. And he said, call him, tell him you like Charlie. So I called Larry up, and I said I'm a big fan, and Larry said, you know what, you can come for the first set, I'll let you sit with Charlie in the front row, and you can watch his first set, but then I'm going to have to ask you to leave. So, you know, obviously one of those life-changing moments for me, really watching how someone could really play that harmonica. After that, of course, seeing James Harmon and Rick Estrin and Mark Hummel and Rod Piazza and William Clark, you know, the list goes on and on. But really it was seeing Charlie for the first time. So fast forward, oh gosh, many years later, this was probably about 3 or 4 years ago, Magic Slim, another person, may he rest in peace, he was playing at the Zoo Bar, and down the street at the Lead Center was Charlie Musselwhite and the North Mississippi All-Stars. So I called my dad up and I said, we got to go to the zoo because hopefully we'll see some history in the making. So we go down and see Slim play, and things are going good. The place is packed, and Charlie and North Mississippi All-Stars get done, and they come down to the Zoo Bar. And what, you know, great moment that night was seeing Charlie get up there with Slim and Luther. I think Luther. Is that right, or is it Luke from North Mississippi All-Stars, the slide player, got up and jammed, and they were just calling him out, you know, they had no rehearsal, of course, because they didn't need it. But I got to talk to Charlie that night, and I told him, hey, remember, you know, of course he didn't remember, but I did back when I was 19. But he said, you got to play Seydel's. Boom. And I said, never heard of him. And he said, German company, been around forever. You got to check it out. So took me a while to take his advice, but I finally did. And really what sold me on Seydel was when I read about the stainless steel reeds that they had. You know, I'd been watching a lot of videos on different players and different ways to play, and you know, different way reeds are attached, whether they're riveted on or welded on or whatever. And I tried all those different harps, and at the same time I'm also kind of learning how to not play so hard. And I'll give credit to Deke Harp for, I sent him a message on Facebook, and he said, you know, the problem with blowing those reeds out isn't the band, isn't the harp, it's you. You know, you either need a bigger amp or you need to tell your band to turn down. So I've been taking that advice, and you know, obviously we spend a lot of money on harmonicas, and I want to make them last as long as possible. So I emailed Larry Beamer couple years ago after I saw Charlie again, and I said, "What harp does Charlie play?" And he said he played, I think, the 1847 Nobles with the stainless steel reed. So I finally broke down and I bought a classic, and that's what sold me. This is a beautiful harp, the 1847 Classic. I know a lot of harp players play this, but I mean, just look at the column there, and you know, the space for playing. Seydel harps are really comfortable to play. You know, on your lips, they just have a great feel to them. But this is a beautiful harmonica, and you can buy replacement reeds for it if you need to. But those stainless steel reeds are really strong, and they sound really bright. I think they do anyway. And I really like the, I'll probably have to do a review later of like each individual harp, but I like the session steels, and they're kind of cool looking with the orange. Just love the Seydel brand, obviously. But I'm very pleased with these guys, and I'm looking forward to many years of playing the Seydel harps. If I was gonna, the Seydel Session Steels are probably the closest thing to the Special 20, but I think it's a much better harp. You know, like I said, Seydel's been around for a long, long time, and they've been making harps the whole time. It makes you kind of wonder what the history of the harmonic would be if they were sold in the U.S. back then. But you know, they've been around the whole time creating these great harmonicas. But for me and people like myself, you go to a music store and Hohner's your option. Hohner got me through for a long time, but I was ready for a change, and I've been looking for a change for a while. You know, I know that Hohner's got some fancy packaging now, and the thing I kind of like about the Seydels, you know, they come in the box. You got, you know, you get your little leather pouch for the harmonica to go in. You got your harp, and they always send you a cleaning cloth, which is cool. I mean, that's just their testament to say, listen, we handcrafted these. We put a lot of work into them, and you know, they respect the art of the harmonica and think you know, they deserve to be polished and cleaned. And really, you know, it's a treat to play them. So I'll do more videos in the future about Seydel, but until then, we'll just keep on playing the blues, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.